8 now on AM Extra. Leadership, not just for the CEOs out there. It's for everybody, all of us, whether you're at home, you're at work, in your neighborhood. How you show up matters.
Lawrence Armstrong joins us today to talk about layered leadership and how embracing your whole self can help you lead more effectively in all aspects of your life. Lawrence, thanks so much for joining us and taking this time this morning.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great to have you.
Yeah, so you've led a national architectural firm. You've authored a New York Times bestseller. You have layered leadership is kind of what your niche is here. So can you tell us what inspired you to write about leadership as something that everyone can practice, not just higher ups?
Yeah, so, hey, I'm a Midwest kid. I was not a leader of anything, really. And so this happened incrementally over time, and I've learned so much and made a lot of mistakes as I built my company. And so I've been inspired by seemingly unrelated ideas over time that I've used to implement strategies to build my company. And so I think this idea of developing sort of both sides of your brain, and this whole brain thinking is how I call it, that takes inspirations, turn them into strategies for growth, both for yourself and for your company.
I want to dive into the term layered leadership that you created and what this means kind of on an everyday basis, right? Again, like I'm not a CEO, but you're saying this still applies to me. How is that?
Well, I think sort of the idea is that every day you can be working on something. And if you, like in business, we write business plans, right? Strategic plans, and they're based on where we want to take the company. And if you're not building a company, you're building yourself. And that's all part of it. You can't build a company or an organization unless you've worked on yourself. And so what are the strategies? What is your plan to be better tomorrow than you were today? And what is it you need to work on? Building out one side of your brain a little more, exercise, taking care of yourself, all the things that kind of we hear all the time, but we don't really do. And I think taking incremental steps and being committed to yourself to build that sort of part of yourself that you need to work on every day is, it's sort of the same thing. You work on yourself, bring your whole self to what you're doing every day, and you're in a better place to build off of that and become a leader.
That's absolutely true. These small changes can have big lasting results. What were one or two habits that you recommended for people to begin or change so that they can start each day more grounded with more purpose?
Yeah, I think really everybody's a little different, but identifying what you want to work on to meet your goals, to be better. And so just, for example, working out. Does everybody work out as much as they probably should, or exercise? Probably not. And I certainly didn't. I failed at that for a long time. And finally it was just, okay, I'm going to take 1 hour of my day, of my week, and work out and do whatever it is and do something that I enjoy doing so that I'll keep doing it. And then, 30 years later, work out 4 times a week, twice with strength trainers, twice on Pilates. That's what I do. But when I go to work, when I'm doing whatever I'm doing for my career, I'm feeling better about myself. I bring a more positive attitude. I'm open to inspiration. I'm open to creativity. And that's just one example. Everyone can do that. I'm no expert on exercise, but that's one thing you can do. Build out the other side of your brain. Do you think of yourself as analytical? Do you think of yourself as creative? Obviously you can work on your strengths. That's always what everyone should do. But what is it you're not as good at, but maybe if you were, you'd be better at your job or you're towards your career goals. And so, understanding the business side, if you're an artist, if you're a businessman, understanding creativity and what inspires you, whether that's music or art or any kind of creative pursuit.
Yeah. Taking care of the whole self makes a lot of sense to this, right? I mean, I can totally understand that. With that said, if somebody wants to learn a little bit more, if they want to find your book, where do you recommend people go?
So Layered Leadership is, of course, it's on Amazon and or any online opportunity. But I have a website, layeredleadershipbook.com, and my blogs are on there, and you can order the book and all that sort of thing.
Great. Well, Lawrence, so appreciate your time. I love this idea. I love this insight, and that it's not just for the top of the business world, right? Everyday people like us can learn to improve with the whole self. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Take care. And again, Layered Leadership available now from your favorite bookseller, also on Amazon. You can also find links and more info right now on our website. That's coin.com.